Say hi, Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube.
Hey Flosstube, it's me, Tiffany. I am back for a new video to show off the first complete cycle of my rotation. So before I started my rotation, I wanted to wrap up and finish my, sorry, I'm trying to get my projects organized here. So I wanted to finish off the project I was working on to reach its 10%. And then I decided, for the sake of Flosstube, I was going to expand my rotation out to be 5 pieces, so that I always have 5 pieces to show you at least, because I just find that it's going to be more interesting. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. And before my rotation, I wrapped up my 10% on Marygill. There we go. I spent most of my time finishing the flames here, and then all that white section right there took me forever. I hate stitching in white. It's my least favorite one to do. I like to break it up if I can by like doing a strand of white and then something fun, but I couldn't find the end over here until just at the end there of my 10,000 or 11,000 stitches added. So fortunately, the next time she does come out, this is all coming into her hair. So the white's gone, at least until I get to the side, and then I'll have to do it again. But that is a problem for tomorrow, Tiffany. So I don't know what's... It's the fate of the wheel that decides when she'll come back out again. Hopefully she will go into a slot. Maybe... My goal is I really hope that she comes back out before the end of 2026, but we'll see. So, then we have my rotation. So it's my 5-slot rotation. I have a whiteboard here that I'll kind of give an example. So, I have 5 slots. I spin the wheel to decide what goes in each slot. It will stay in that slot until it hits its 10% marker. I stitch each cycle in 2,000 stitch increments. So by the end of it, I have done 10,000 stitches. And if it did not hit its 10% marker, then it will stay in for the next cycle. Hope that makes sense. So sometimes they'll stay in for a very long time. Magic Study is a good example. She's here for 22,000 stitches. So that's like... I think I have it here 10 more times after my current rotation. Or you have things like Red Panda Monk, which it's only 23,000 or 24,000 stitches total. So 2,000 pretty much marks, it takes out its 10% marker with one cycle. So sometimes they stay in for longer, and sometimes they cycle out and something new gets spun in its place. So what I'm going to show you today is Magic Study, Cinderella, Red Panda Monk, Sabrina, and Alice. And then I'm going to preview the starting points for Masquerade and Twilight Marketplace, because Red Panda Monk and Alice reached their 10% marker this time. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a little complicated, but I'm trying to find the best way to word that. I do have all this information here, but I remembered that I am iPhone and that it's gonna flip, and I don't know how exactly to fix that. I will have to do some research. But if it is flipped and I can't figure it out, then I will just put a picture below over top of this. And that's all my stats that I've done. I will also read them out to you, but that's if you like to have the visual. So here we go. Bear with me. I'm trying to make it not fall over. So first up would be Magic Study. I started out at 19,600 stitches, and I'm ending at 21,000 because I added 2,000. And there she is. Mostly added. I'm just gonna fold this because there's nothing on the side. So mostly added in here, but it's sprinkled kind of throughout. It's kind of stitching up darker than the mock-up showed, so it kind of made me nervous, but I think it'll be okay once everything's added. We'll see. I've seen this stitched, and it looks really good, so I'm just gonna have faith that it will look good in the end. Yeah, there's a little basket right here, so that will probably be the next thing that pops up on the next rotation. So it is, I forgot to give it stats. Okay, so this is Magic Study. It is a limited edition from Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Rose Kahn. I don't know if it's available. This isn't available, but I don't know if the rainbow one is available. I kind of think that Rose Kahn is not with HAED anymore. Is that right? If so, it's probably retired then. So anyway, back to the stats. Oh, I did it. It is on 28 count even weave. I'm going to go ahead and say most likely, if I have not said what it's on, it is on 28 even count because it is on 28 even weave because that's just about 90% of what I work with. So it was 4.72%, and I'm stopping at 5.19%. So did not hit its 10% marker. It will stay with us for 10 more times. So you'll get tired of this eventually. I know I will. Next up is Cinderella. This is Cinderella by Tilton Crafts. Artist Takaki. It is retired. It is 191,000 stitches. I started at almost 10,000 and now it has almost 12,000. So I added 2,000 since the last video. It was mostly right in here, and then added a little bit in there. It's looking good. I love this like color scheme. It's so pretty. So it was at 5.18% and it is now 6.23%, and it will stay in this slot, in slot 2, for 4 more times. Here up in slot 3 is Red Panda Monk. It's one of my 4 RPG characters. They're just little stitches. They are about like 20,000 stitches each, 20, 25, somewhere in that range. So 10% is really roughly 2,000 stitches. So one cycle will always finish it. So when these guys come out, you'll only ever see 2,000 added to them. And there's my 2,000 added. Mostly in this blue right here, and then all that red stitched. And there's actually a lot that you probably can't see that was added. Like these little dots up there are like 6 different shades of light purple, white, etc. But anyway, it is at 12.33% now, so it will go away. And in its place is a new spun. So we are now introducing Masquerade to the slot, and this one will stay in this slot for 7 times. It's a pretty big one. It is Unconventional cross stitch. Christopher Lavelle. It is at 4.74% right now. So goal is 10%. Let's see if I can get it all in frame. There we go. So I will probably be working in here. So 2,000 will be added to it this next cycle. Next up is Sabrina, Mirabilia. I struggle with this one because it is paper pattern, and I'm spoiled with Pattern Keeper. Like, I really am. I can't stand doing paper patterns, especially with the beads, because I have to skip little spots and it's just doesn't make my brain happy. So in the past, when I worked on this, it would only get like 200, maybe 300 stitches total. So giving it 2,000 stitches in one sitting was rough. But I added all this right in here. Because it is a paper pattern, I don't know how big, like how many stitches total it is. And so I'm just rough estimating 4,000 as its 10% marker, being 40,000 stitches total. I could be totally wrong. I could be under or over. I don't know. Figure out when we get toward the end and I do 4,000, it doesn't finish it, right? So it will be out, because it did 2,000, it will be out one more time to wrap up its 10%. In slot 5, my last slot was DoNa Stitches Alice. And sorry, I just now realized I don't think I put like little markers to, hey, look at what it's going to look like marker. So I'll just throw them in there somewhere probably. Okay, so this is Alice. I added 2,000 to her, and that got her to 22.73%. So most of it was, I colored in all on this rabbit, and then a little bit into the hatter, and this red, this pink, a little bit of this blue, I think a little bit of the blue down here as well. This one's always fun. I can usually get it done pretty quick, what my goals are, because they block stitching. It's pretty mindless. You can stitch pretty fast. It is now at 9,500 stitches, and it hit its 10% marker, so we will say goodbye to it and see if the fate of the wheel will bring it out soon or not soon. We don't know. But what is taking its place is Twilight Marketplace, which is a HAED, another RoseCon. If you can't tell, I love RoseCon artwork. Super pretty. I could probably do them all. But anyway, so here is Twilight Marketplace. I don't have very many on it. I think it's like 4,000 stitches. I'm at 1.35%. So it will stay out for a long time. The longest one in my rotation so far, which is 16 times it will come out. I've got to do 32,000 stitches on it to hit its 10% marker. So I will probably go across this way in diagonals, because that's how I like it. So there's its good start spot. You'll see it again with 2,000 stitches in it next time. If you have any questions, well, really about anything, but particularly about my rotation, and you need me to explain anything better, just let me know, because I know it's complicated, and I think I can word it better by typing than me verbalizing this. I'm not really good with words. So anyway, yeah, any questions, just ask me below. I think that's it. I'm just gonna call that short and sweet video number 5, and I hope to see you guys again soon, because that means I stitched a lot. And I hope you guys have a good Halloween season, spooky season. I love spooky season, and I am surprised that I don't have my house decorated yet. Really slacking lately, but maybe I'll do that later today. I started cleaning today, so hopefully I can make it happen. But anyway, oh, I bumped you. So I hope you guys are happy and get all the stitchy time you want. And I will see you guys again shortly. Happy Halloween.